Marriage is complicated. Honey, we're home.
I have a new rule that we have to meet everybody once before whatever.
That's a good
Okay,
idea.
let's comfortable.
get
Oh my God,
started
don't
so that we
bully
can
me.
go.
Okay. Hi guys, and welcome back to Honey, We're Home. I am Caroline Crawford Patterson.
And I'm Nicole Pellegrino.
And today is our first week of our new series, Ladies Who Lunch, which is a series in which we bring on the women that entertain and inspire us in real life and online. And we make cocktails, play games, and have a really good time while we get important life lessons, which we know we will get from our good friend Jenna Bycoff.
Oh my God. Hi.
Founder and CEO and designer of bride merch. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
It is.
We
it
have
is
something to
weird
take
with
the edge off.
cameras, with everything.
Yeah, it's like
We turned the TV off so we don't stare at ourselves. So we're going to be really present.
We're going to be locked in.
Well, and can I just say something about Jenna?
Please.
Okay, so I had friendship jealousy because Caroline and Jenna have been besties for what feels like forever. And you know when you have a good friend and all of a sudden like she just starts bringing up like my friend Jenna. I swear Caroline does not shut the fuck up about you, Jenna.
Oh my God, that's
And
sweet.
I know we've
I'm the
met
same.
once before, but until I was like, all right, that's it. I put the jealousy aside. I was like, I've got to fucking meet Jenna.
That's what I said to her about you.
Yeah.
I'm like, when am I going to meet Nicole?
She said this. You guys did the same thing.
You're always with her, or when you're not, you're talking about being with her. I was like, what's so
I'm
special
kind of
about Jenna?
I'm in love with Jenna.
No, you are. And then when I met you, though, I fell in love within 5 seconds.
Oh my God, you guys are sweet.
Because you're just, I mean, I don't like to call people perfect, but in this case.
No, Jenna's perfect.
Perfect.
No,
without a
she
word.
might be as close to perfect as it gets.
Yeah.
You know, like the best way to start the series off because it's like the literal ultimate girl crush.
Well, ditto, because I think I was like, I wanted to be your friend. So like, I don't know, you were, I'm like, I felt this energy from you when I saw you like posting wedding wardrobe stuff and on TikTok. And I'm like, I just feel like that would be fun to hang out with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenna DM'd
Is that how you guys met?
I slid into
Yes.
her TikTok DMs. I don't even know what you call
That's
it.
how all the best.
And I was like, would you want to get a drink? And she was like, yeah.
Let's do
and
it.
who said? You said Chelsea Hotel or something. No.
Yeah, we were,
Ooh, good
when I lived in Chelsea,
suggestion.
we were at the Highline Hotel.
Yeah, the Highline Hotel.
I love
And
it
I was
there.
like, absolutely, I pass by this all the time and I really want to try it.
Yeah.
And then we were there for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like
that's
we were
how
talking
it
about fashion, all the things.
How
So
long
it
ago was this?
Oh my God, I think it might have been
2 years.
2.5 years ago now.
Well, and you both have very similar interests. Like when you were telling me about her, I was like, okay, I fully get it. Like if you're not noticing on camera right now, Caroline and I have never looked so cool.
You
No,
guys
we look really cool right now.
We look
We're
really
giving
cool.
really cool.
You look I love it. You guys look so good.
and I'm not saying that because we didn't style ourselves.
No,
let's
Jenna
just say.
styled us
Yeah.
and her bride merch. So we've got like our hats on and our tees on and our whole merch. Like we have the whole nine.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
You guys look great.
Yeah.
We're just like talking about the
You do
quality and all
too.
this stuff. I mean, I brought it. You guys got to pick out what you wanted. And part of me designing bride merch is like you can wear it after the wedding. And so I feel like these are pieces that you could be like, I'm just throwing on my favorite tee. So that's part of the vibe.
I need to hear more about bride
Yeah.
merch.
I do too.
Because when I first met you, I didn't get to grill you as much as I wanted, but we're gonna.
So this is the time. Okay. So the premise of this is that we want you to get relaxed and comfortable because we're going to grill you.
Grill. Okay.
So fun for all of us. Yay. So we're going to start by Nikki popping our... Pop it off, Nikki. Let's go.
I don't know why
I love
the
it.
one having extreme back problems.
Yeah, today's
offered.
cocktail is a spritz. Oh my God, Nick, you forgot the straws. That's cool. We'll all just get our lipstick.
Leave it to me to forget the fucking
Whatever
straws.
color your lipstick is the color is your glass.
Is your
Just
glass.
remember
I love
it.
it.
Straws
I love
are
these
for the
little
weak.
ice.
Ready?
What are these ice cubes
I
called?
think I just twisted it off.
Yeah.
Yay.
You know, I did take it out of the fridge a little bit before because they usually explode. I think if you leave it, if it comes right out
You
of the
know
refrigerator.
everything.
So
it was
we're
an
making.
accident, or maybe because it's so
Is
hot
that
outside.
true? So if you want something to... Wow.
Well, so
What a hot tip. If you're spraying a bottle for your wedding, like your planner
Just
should
leave
remove
it.
like from the refrigerator at the last second.
Shake it.
I didn't know that.
Right? I think when it's
That
in the
makes it
fridge.
fizzier.
Why would we know
Also,
that?
like,
We know
thank
nothing.
you to
Jenna
Jenna.
knows everything.
Thank you. Leave it to us to make our guests bring the alcohol.
No, happy to.
Like, thank you, Jenna.
Jenna brings a Prosecco. I'm like, if you forget it, let me know and I'll run and get some.
Not in this
Only
heat.
And then
she
I
brings
said-
outfits. She brought the drinks.
And the Aperol. I brought limoncello. I was like, shit, I don't have Aperol. And then Jenna shows up with the Aperol. And I'm like, Because perfect.
We always have it in the house. I learned how to make Aperol spritz during COVID, and you know,
really?
it's just like
Well,
Yeah.
so technically, do we need soda water?
You
Oh
do,
my God, I
but-
brought some.
oh, okay, we're golden.
God, this is so
Does
stressful.
anybody want it?
Is it in your bag?
It is.
I'll get up.
Okay.
I'm closest.
It's
okay.
a Spendrift. Spendrift, please sponsor us.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, be careful, please.
I also just love that you're wearing these pants with the. I love a tonal moment, and
Yeah.
like this hat with your hair is like beyond. It's so good.
I can't talk because you can't hear me.
Okay, so what we're going to do is Nikki's bringing us a spritz, and Jenna's going to show us the right amount to pour in our Aperol spritzes.
Yeah, I don't think you have to complicate it too much. I usually just
I
do
would
half
trust her more
prosecco,
Half Prosecco?
maybe a little less Aperol.
Okay.
You know, like
Okay, you
equal
wanna pour?
parts.
Am I doing this?
Yeah, you're going to do it.
Okay, tell
and
me
then I'm
when,
gonna
Jenna.
Okay, yeah.
Half Prosecco. There's a lot of ice in
That's
here.
not even close to half.
One thing about me is I love ice. Okay, I'll pour.
Jenna and I, maybe Jenna and I are ill, but we pour like double that.
Well,
Do you want more?
I'm like, is that for a baby?
depends on what day of the week it is.
A little
You can always add more
Aperol spritz.
of whatever.
Okay.
So while we do this, I do want to ask. I feel like there's a hot debate going on this summer.
Wait, you gotta have the Aperol. I think you top it off with the.
Oh, you top it.
You
with
like
the soda water.
soda water's
Going
like
so well. Okay.
you can't really mess with it.
Welcome to our show.
Yeah, Caroline goes, fuck me.
You know how to do this.
Okay, the hot debate of the summer. Hugo spritz or
right.
Aperol spritz?
You know, I was at brunch the other day at Soho House. I sound so fancy. One of my girlfriends just got into
okay,
Soho House, and that was
flex.
cool. They got Campari spritz. So like, I don't know.
I like a Campari spritz.
I've never
And I
had
was
one
like,
of those.
I had that debate in my head at that moment, but I went with Aperol.
What is a Campari spritz?
It's this, but Campari instead of Aperol.
What
Which
does Campari even taste like?
Campari's in
I should know this.
A
the
Negroni?
Negroni. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who has one? Is Fairfax. If you're in New York,
I
girlies.
love Fairfax.
We were there.
yeah.
Yeah. Fairfax has a good Campari spritz if you're looking to try one.
Yeah.
Ooh. So one thing about me is I've been having a weird craving. My hair is on your glass.
Oh, that's okay.
Yummy.
Having a weird
Blonde is
craving
better.
for Aperol spritzes. The other day, I walked by a sign that simply said Aperol spritz and had to. I called my friend. I go, we need to pull over. We need to get an Aperol
It just
spritz.
screams
I'm
summer.
craving a juicy. I prefer an orange in
Oh
it.
my God. Okay. Cheers. Thank you for joining
Cheers
us.
Oh my
to
God, are you
Jenna.
kidding?
Why is my
These
hair
glasses
all?
are-
We're going to get all into the background, all about you. One thing that just intrusive that I just had is what if you were pregnant, but your craving was an Aperol spritz? How just torturous would that be?
I feel like that's probably very common. Mine needs a little more Aperol.
Does it?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, you can just add more.
Tastes a little watered. I like mine dark orange, almost to red.
That's interesting. Yes, we are.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Again.
Oh, cheers
Eye
to
contact to
you.
everybody.
Yeah. Oh, you got that from me.
No, I did not.
To you.
I hate you so much. Okay.
And drink. It's bad luck to not drink after
my
a
God,
cheers.
sorry.
Yeah.
You need a
right?
more. That's good.
Okay. So you founded Bride Merch. You're the designer of Bride Merch.
That's me.
We want to know more about you. Can you give us a little background just on who you are, Jenna Bycoff?
Yeah. It's funny like hearing my married name.
Yeah.
Because my maiden name is Foley.
Yeah.
So I grew up in Albany, and I don't know. I really liked. I learned how to sew in high school essentially, and so we're going way back. But it kind of just is why I went to school for fashion. I really loved my art teacher senior year, and we had it was an art class essentially. So I learned how to sew, and I was making fabric things, not even clothing, but obviously. I love fashion. So I just had this idea, I'm just going to go to school because I want to make clothes. And I still love to sew. I'm actually a good sewer. It's just kind of weird. It's a weird, skill that I have.
That's such a good skill to have.
But I hate, my husband will be like, can you just hem my pants? And I'm like, no, take it to the tailor for $10. I do
That's
not have the
varsity.
time.
Yeah, but you are varsity.
But that is so honey, we're home, because
just-
it's just because you can do it doesn't mean you should have to.
Right.
Okay.
I just don't want to.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was good at that in high school. So I wanted to go to school for fashion. And I did a 3-in-1 program. So I went to Oneonta State, and then I went to FIT, so State Schools, New York. Wow. And FIT was amazing. I mean, Oneonta was fun because I wanted to have the college experience, do the whole Greek life thing. And I met amazing friends.
Yeah.
And then I went to the city for senior year. So I was at FIT right on 27th and did I got an associate's there. So it was 2 years in one. It was crazy. It was good.
What is FIT like? Because I picture Devil Wears Prada.
Oh my God. FIT, honestly, it was not glamorous. Like the design students were just like rolling out of bed, going to class, and the merchants were super cute. I feel like that's probably still the case, but like I walk over there and all the kids look amazing. Yeah. Like it's good inspiration. Just like go sit at FIT and see what the kids are wearing these days. And it was fun. I mean, I interned for Marchesa when I was there. I studied abroad in London before I went to FIT. Like I really was like focused, and I'm just like, I'm going to work in fashion. And so that was my plan. And I mean, I'm glad that I still work in fashion. I guess I graduated in 2008. So I've been working in fashion this whole time. Yeah. And I've worked for some fun brands, Tommy Hilfiger for a long time. I did denim. Like I'm a denim designer, true and true.
Iconic.
Like, yeah, it's a cool category because when I went to FIT, I was full on evening wear. I was really interested in weddings, but I don't know. Like I actually at one point probably thought that I wanted to design wedding dresses and all that, but that sort of, it was hard to get a job in evening. And I wound up in denim. And so then like fast forward.
How long were you at Tommy Hilfiger for?
Like almost 10 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, maybe longer.
I just remember the Gigi Hadid campaign there, and that's what I'm thinking of when you say Tommy Hilfiger.
It was such a great company. I mean, he's amazing. Like, I worked my way up and got to work on so many things, like from a marketing standpoint to, you know, like I've traveled the world, like seeing fabric and doing shows and shopping, which is always fun, like inspiration shopping. That's like the best part about being a designer, just going to see what's trending other places. And I still do the same things today, maybe, you know. You don't even have to leave New York to do that.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Well, and anytime I've seen photos of you on Instagram or saw you in person, you're always like styled really cute. As a fashion person who's been studying it forever, do you ever get like sick of like dressing yourself?
Honestly, I want to dress comfortably, which I think kind of goes back to like the bride merch aesthetic because we're just running around and I dress like really like tomboy kind of thing sometimes, or it could be like super girly. It depends on the situation and how you're sort of feeling. Like today I was nervous. I'm like, I don't want to be in high shoes. Like you just want to run there in sneakers. And like, I feel like that kind of depicts what you're wearing. And so I always go to denim. I always go to like an easy thing.
All the most fashionable people do. You do that too. Yeah. You're a very comfy gal.
Yeah.
Sounds like an insult.
I'm literally gonna fight you.
No, but I do. You both have a way of pulling off a comfortable look, making it look super chic.
Well, you have to feel confident, and like to feel confident, you have to feel comfortable. I feel like sometimes
you preach that.
Yeah,
my dad used to always say, "When you're comfortable, you can do anything." Because my parents worked for the Marriott. Like they were like Marriott.
Should that be your bride merch tagline on the site?
I don't think I can because I think it's a Marriott tagline. But but he used to say that to me.
We should inquire with them.
It was like a joke.
Do they still need it?
Do you still need it? Well, just steal that one.
Okay, so when I met you, you were starting bride merch.
Yeah.
What made you decide to start bride merch? How long did you know you wanted to start it before you did? What like made you pull the trigger to say it's time to go for it?
Yeah.
And then how long did it take you to actually get it off the ground? Yeah. A lot of questions.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's pretty quick to answer though, honestly, because I've worked for over a decade for other brands, and you're sort of giving to these brands and like you're learning so much. You're being mentored by your managers. Like you're making mistakes on their dollar and you're just learning as much as you can. You're like a sponge. And I actually quit Tommy during COVID and I started working at We Were What, which was amazing. I learned a lot there, and it was the first time that I really got to design clothes that I wanted to wear. And I'm like, oh my God, I just want like everything. Yeah. And that was cool because I was doing men's and women's, and just the categories that you're designing for might not be like your aesthetic or the brands that you're working for. So that felt cool. And after about a year, I was like, I can do this. Like I have ideas.
So you were seeing it still on a big scale, but a smaller scale than Tommy. And you were seeing all of maybe the key players in that game, or all the roles that were had and the people were in one room, and you were like, I could build that.
Right. Like, you know, my job is like designer, but I'm also a product developer. So like in denim, we're like sourcing fabric. I'm doing wash, and that's what I do now. So like you're developing product because the first sample you get isn't going to be the best. You have to go through rounds of sampling. And so that's what I've done my whole career. It's sort of like, you know what the end outcome needs to be. So like, how can you communicate to these factories to like get to what you want your product to look like? And it's also finding really good partners. So that I learned throughout my career. And I kind of felt like in bridal, there are so many amazing wedding dresses designers out there that I just wanted to do something other than the dress. And I'm like, streetwear, like bridal streetwear, like that doesn't exist. And
now it
that
does.
I love streetwear aesthetic. I love, easy, like just, the quality is amazing. And that's
no,
my
we
bag.
were saying before this, like truly you threw me this t-shirt to put on. It says fiance. I'm back in my fiance era.
Yeah.
And then the wifey hat, you're wearing the brown marriage material, which I'm obsessed with. I was like, wow, when you say bridal streetwear, you're right. And you don't see that elsewhere. You see the chuggy. Sorry, not to call it chuggy. I need to stop. But you see the overdone, which I wore one on my wedding, but you see the jean jackets. You see, kind of the same old stuff. I love streetwear in my everyday. The length of this, the sleeves on this tee, the thick quality. We're saying it's giving like you bought this at Kith. Like it's just.
The quality's good.
It's so good.
And I went through, I'm sourcing the fabric. So I'm figuring out what I want. There's a lot of wash to it. Like this is washed down, and so it's vintagey, and there's like nicks in all the right places. But like I learned that like being a denim designer, and so I'm just
you can tell.
Yeah, like it's been a fun product to launch, and so I honestly started with socks, so like it was one thing. So it was not this whole collection. Like I started in 2021, so we're now 3 years later.
That is wild.
And I've gotten to this point, but I still feel like I'm just getting started. But like if I have any advice for people who want to start their own brand is like, don't try to do too much too fast. And like, you don't know what product is going to be like your hero product. And for me, that was obviously the marriage material hat that kind of popped off.
This is what she tells me all the time.
Well, to
She's
kind
like,
of
calm down.
to circle. No, I like that. To go off of that and circle back on Caroline's list of literally 8 questions that she gave you. Did you kind of like launch fast, or was this something you were like thinking about for a while, planning for, and then like finally got around to it? Or were you just like, you know what, I have this idea for this amazing marriage material hat and these socks, gotta go do it?
The socks were first. The marriage material hat didn't come for like a year later. So I don't know. I took some time off after like between my last job and like launching bride merch, because I'd worked for over a decade, maybe like 12 or 13 years. Like I just needed a break, you know, like I wanted to figure out. So I didn't know, like once bride merch wasn't in my head right away. So it was me taking the summer, and I feel like that's like, it's not like allowed enough, or you feel guilty. Like, let me just,
let's like caveat this by you were married when you did that. Yeah. As a lot of people are. How many years ago did you meet your husband, Doug?
Oh my God. Doug and I met Dougie Fresh.
Yeah, Dougie Fresh. Young
2011.
Douglas.
Young Douglas.
Yeah.
2011.
So you guys have been together for 13 years, married for 7 now.
This October, yeah.
So when this happened, you were, I suppose, a few years into your marriage. I feel like that plays a factor into why we feel like this is like not allowed to like take this time off from your job, because you have this like family construct. Mm-hmm. And like he works and you work and you're like both bringing money to the table. You feel like
job, insurance, all the things,
right? Like you feel like if you were gonna take the break, it should have been like
after
when you were
single.
Yes.
Yeah. So how old were you when you took that break? How many years into your marriage?
Yeah.
And like for you in your relationship, like is there any like specific support that Doug gives you that you're like, you feel like, yeah, I shouldn't have to stress about that. I should be able to take this time for myself. Like,
yeah, I mean, I wasn't like trying to take a year off because I'm crazy. Like I've always had 2 jobs. Like
you love to work.
I worked in college. Like I worked at a pizzeria. Like it wasn't like I didn't want to work. It was just sort of like, what do I want to do next? And so I think I was let go, so I had some unemployment for a little bit, and that was good. And that was kind of like my me time to like figure out what the hell am I going to do next. And I knew it was going to be design related, but then I was like, I want to have my own brand. And I was out one night with one of my best girlfriends from college, and a bottle of wine later, I'm like, no one's doing like cool bridal stuff. Like I want to do. And it kind of just came to me, like, out of the blue. Then I'm, like, emailing myself a million ideas. Like, I couldn't sleep that night because I was so excited. And I started it as, like, a styling blog. Because I was like, oh, like, I need followers. And I have 0 followers for bride merch. Like, let me try to do that. And I'm not an influencer by any means. So, like, that wasn't really working for me. So I was like, I need to start putting out clothes. Because, like, if I do, let me just focus on my strength, you know?
Yeah.
So...
And that you did, because we wore those marriage material hats in that one episode where you got them for us. And I'm telling you, I've never gotten so many DMs being like, not only is it the funniest, like coolest saying for a wife to wear, or like this upside down wifey I'm obsessed with,
It's cool.
but like, I love the marriage material hats, the look of them, the font, everything. You can just tell you've studied this and you have an eye for it.
Thank you.
How'd you think of all this?
I kind of like, I concept things on my own. I do have a friend who's a graphic designer and he helps me a lot. I worked with him at Tommy actually. And so that's cool too, because you just meet so many creative people and listen, like I can draw like on the computer, but I'm not a graphic designer. So I can see fonts that I like and we make changes and, you know, I know what the end vision, again, like kind of like when you're designing denim, like what you want it to look like and can the factory get there. But I love working with other people because they're so creative. So, you know, definitely have help along the way. And yeah, it was just, I don't know, like I was thinking of like, what are cool phrases that you would say if you're getting married? Yeah. And like, how can we make them
a thing?
Not chuggy.
You should do one that says,
what does chuggy even mean? I don't know what that means.
I know.
But when I don't know what it even means, but I know when I find something that's definitely not it, I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like my sisters are like saying chuggy is chuggy. So you can't get it right.
Yeah.
My friend, leading up to her wedding, got the saying "trophy wife" on a boat and tote LL Bean bag.
Like
and we
the
all
juxtaposition.
Thought it was so cute. So you can take it. She ain't no designer.
It's so cute.
I love that.
A trophy wife is on my list, but I don't know how I would do it. But it's good. It's, and like marriage material is out there. Like I'm not going to be the only person, but I like unfortunately.
I know.
But
I've like gotten upset at some people online.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Wild.
I have enough ideas. So it's sort of like I don't want to let them all out of the bag like too soon, but
it is unfortunate.
It's cool.
No, and what we're alluding to, we don't have to like dwell on this, but haven't you had like bigger brands try to rip off your designs as a small business?
It's other wholesalers like copying it and selling it. But because I even have to do a double take, but I know what mine is and people have DM'd me like because they've seen it out there, and I mean I'm flattered, but
also like back the fuck off.
Yeah, like this is my business and I'm just getting started, and so it's a little like you can't listen. You know, Skims, like there's always knockoffs on Amazon and all the things. Like there's a knockoff, and I like when people tell me it's very sweet, but I'm like your heart drops a little bit because you're like, oh shit, like as a small business, you know.
Yeah, you just don't want them like going to larger wholesalers and like taking
don't get any ideas.
Yeah, don't get any ideas. So you started Bride Merch and you were in your 30s when you started.
I'm like, how old am I? I think I'm 38, but when you're 38, you forget how old you are. Having all my girlfriends like
I think
group
we should
text
take a moment at this point to like pray to whatever God you believe in that we all look like Jenna at 38.
No, truly, when Jenna told us she was 38, I was like,
I told you when I met you. Yeah, you were like,
I looked at Nikki and I said, ask her how old she is. And she was like, what? I said, ask her how old she is.
That's really sweet.
Correct me if wrong. I might be making this
love
up.
blowing people's minds with this.
No, I'm blown. You've never gotten Botox?
No,
I
have a lot of Botox.
I have a lot of. I don't have enough right now, actually. I get it done like 3 or 4 times a year.
It looks very natural and amazing.
Yeah, I do a little
she's
lip.
like the best Botox person in the city.
She's
like,
good.
Has to.
But you also are one of those people who just have like perfect skin, not one pore, you know?
I had really bad acne in high school. Like I was on Accutane before Accutane was cool, and like my face was not cute.
Was
like,
cool.
But I mean, not cool. But people were talking about it and like showing their, like all the phases of your skin that it goes through, and so that was really hard. Like in braces and acne in high school, and like I mean, it was fine, but it's. You couldn't wear enough makeup.
No, okay. So you started this, I guess you're like 34, 35. I think you're such a strong like individual, a very strong sense of self. I would say that maybe like being in Manhattan, you are definitely surrounded by people that are just like making shit happen every day.
Yeah.
So you don't get in your head as much about it.
You can't.
But I would say like as we all get older, we just feel the increasing pressure to like have it figured out more and more each year. So like the idea to hit like 34, 35, you've been married for a few years. Like, I feel like a lot of people would say to themselves, like, oh, now's not the time to start a new business.
Yeah.
Or like, if I was going to do that, it would have been 10 years ago.
Like, I don't have children yet. And so, like, I'm sort of like, I'm feeling pressure to get to a certain point so that I can start a family. And
what was at the top of your mind? Or honestly, what advice would you give to us if we, like, sunk 12, 13 years into our career, and then all of a sudden we're like, no, I just want to, like, do this on my own, but you might refrain from doing it because you would be like scared. You'd be like, it's too late.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's too late, but I think you have to start small. Like I said, like I've start with one thing or take sewing classes or, you know, you make awesome dresses. And like, that's so daunting to me because I would never, you know, like, I think that's so amazing. Like you're teaching yourself, like you taught yourself how to do Photoshop. Like who does that? Like you start small and then like I have another job. So like I freelance design on the side. So like it's not like my income is just bride merch and you know like I was like sending out one sock a day if I was even getting an order. So and I changed my website like to a Shopify. Like I was making little changes because you're literally doing everything. So like you gotta like make a to-do list and just like start small.
But just do it.
Like you gotta chip away.
And I think it's key, like your journey, you didn't suddenly go to your husband one day and say, hey, I'm quitting my job and I'm starting this brand right now. Like you worked your way to it. You were grinding. You were working full time. You worked at Gap recently, right?
Yeah, I've been working at Gap for about a year doing denim design for, you know, like part-time. So at least 30 hours a week. So it's been a lot. This year, bride merch really popped off. So I've been working a lot.
Congratulations.
And so on that note, though, and you just brought this up, the timeline of kids with this, like when you have a company that is your baby and you're like an entrepreneur and it's just you.
Yeah.
What is the pressure like internally that you're fighting right now where you're like, I want to start a family. This is my baby at the moment. This is the time. Like, do you have like internal conflict about this?
I do. I mean, I work out a lot. Like I meditate on, and I just like, I don't know. I think having a journal and just feeling gratitude for certain things, like whatever it is, like I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for like, you know, my workout this morning or whatever it is, like to keep you grounded because like, I think having a routine is really important.
Yeah.
And then just not feeling guilty about where you're at from a timeline standpoint because I don't think there's really ever a great time to start having kids. Like, but no one's really pressured me. Like my mother-in-law, my mom,
Do people, because I feel this at 31 and I'm like, it's New York. Nobody starts until like later.
Right. New York definitely.
Some people do. And you know what? To each their own, whenever you want to start having kids, I just feel like this perspective is so refreshing. And that's why I love meeting people like you who are in your 30s, grinding, killing it, thriving at your career and not feeling that pressure. And that's great to hear that your family hasn't pressured you. Yeah. But if you had to be honest, when you meet people and they hear that you're 38, do they ever ask like a weird, like, are they ever like, oh, well, are you, like, 'cause I assume you're not having kids or
Some of my, like, I don't know, family, not my immediate family, like, will say things or like maybe some people have assumed like we don't want children, but that's not the case. I just think we both are entrepreneurs. Like my husband runs his own business with his brother. And so you just get busy and time honestly goes by fast. And so like, I think now it sucks that it's like an age thing, but I will say like, I do love children. And so like for me, whenever I see a little baby, I'm like, oh,
yeah, you're excited.
Like I'm excited. So like, I know like I want this and
you have a maternal
I gotta like let it go on my own. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You're like, we're your children.
Like I want to,
I'm ready, mommy. Whenever
I want to like come back as your child.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Love that.
All the outfits. That's what I'm really dying for. I just want to dress.
Exciting.
Oh, your kids are going to be the best dressed.
Kids.
But Doug hasn't pressured you either.
No, like I think he's more ready than me though. But he wouldn't be like, we need to, like we were trying to not get pregnant for so long that the idea of like switching your mind to be like, we're going to try to have kids. So I haven't even experienced any of that. And so maybe I will say if there are issues, like I would be like, oh shit, like we should have tried this sooner. But I'm just like crossing my fingers.
Yeah. I mean,
right now.
Honestly though, and this would be like good retrospective because we do get a lot of questions around this. If one person is ready before the other person, like, as you're saying, like maybe Doug is like more ready than you are. Like what are things that he's like successfully done to like not pressure you?
Yeah. He's my biggest supporter, like with my business. Like I'm not a math girly.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, he's doing all the Excel charts.
He like gets it. He's funneling into like your business and what that is.
And like even in the apartment, you know, like if I'm cooking dinner, like he'll clean up. Like I already know he's going to be an amazing dad. So it's like, that makes me want to have kids. And so like, I feel like even when I met you, I probably wasn't ready, but like I'm more ready now.
Yeah.
And that's 100%. Like, just all of a sudden you're just like,
and I think that's
baby
key
fever.
that he is kind of involved in your business to an extent, like handles some of the math and whatnot, because
taxes.
I feel like in a different situation, you could have a couple where like the guy has no idea kind of like what you're doing with your business and kind of might look at it as like, oh, her side little passion project. But like, because he is more involved in it and he sees all the hard work and grit and everything that you put into it, he's probably like, okay, like I'm not gonna, back to your point, like I'm not gonna sit here and pressure her to have kids right away because I see how hard she's working on her current baby, which is her career.
If it wasn't doing as well as it is now, and it's not like I'm a millionaire like that, like I'm not like selling out. I am selling out, but it's like, like when I think the craziest part was, I can remember I got it on anthropology.com. And so we were away for the Christmas, holiday and into New Year's, and I had sold them like 50 hats. And
this is a really good story.
I was literally getting back on the plane to come back to New York, and I'm like, it's been after vacation. Like we had been sitting on the beach, like drinking, like, like it was the day after New Year. So we were tired and I looked a hot mess on the plane. So like not cute to like be recording myself, but I got this email from Anthro and like, I'm like shaking reading it because they sold out and they wanted to order more hats. And so like the one video I have on TikTok that went viral was this video of me like looking so cute, like crying. So, and that was like such a pivotal moment because since then, like they've been selling out and like my website kind of popped off then too, because
that is insane.
And
then
cool.
did Doug order you guys champagne
on the plane?
Yeah,
I don't know if we did.
That would be really.
I think he might have.
Maybe. I honestly feel like I can't remember, but like, I might have fallen
remember that
asleep.
because I was like, that is a supportive partner.
No, he was like laughing because he was like, oh shit, like this might be a good, like he like, because I had to convince him, like what, like I remember I did like this bucket hat that I still have that's reversible because like a lot of my product I want you to wear, I want it to be like not just a one and done. Yeah. And that's part of my design ethos is like, how can we make this not like an Etsy thing that's you're just gonna want to throw away. Right. Or, maybe you want to give it to somebody. And so I was like, this bucket hat is going to be like, it's reversible. It's so amazing. And like telling him and that wasn't my hero product, but I thought it was like, I've worked for companies where your goal is to design product that sells and makes money. Yeah. Like one polo at Tommy could just be like doing millions of dollars. Like, and that's why they keep making it over and over and over again. And so, and you can attribute like an owl legging to like their best sellers because like it's just that one thing. And so the bucket hat wasn't it, but we still have it because I think it's great. It's great. And but then I think once I think he got it at that point, like maybe this is gonna work.
Not to veer off because I love this conversation, but when you say hero product, like what's your favorite product that you've made?
Wait, that's a great
God,
question.
the Bridezilla. Yeah. I love Bridezilla.
Yeah. What's Bridezilla?
That Bridezilla
This is the Bridezilla tea. I wore this the past 2 days, and in my outfit was.
So the Bridezilla's on the back.
Oh, so this is giving like I'm sorry. I have
till death do us part, which is still great.
Sorry, I can't like hold things up.
I'll help you. It's really
it's just
cool.
like making fun of the bride, and like the Bridezilla's wearing like a BM chain.
I love
this
that.
is like the best thing. I think everyone should give this to their friends at the airport on the way to their bachelorette. Right.
I'm really not trying to like
toss it their way. Be like, this is for you, bitch.
The quality, the little stitchings, it's just perfect.
Look at her little logo on the sleeve. So
label.
Fantastic.
I'll show you this label.
Yeah,
really good quality.
It's on the side.
Oh.
Inside it says.
Ooh.
Made with love.
Oh, I love.
Like I don't know. Like details. I learned all these design details. Like you're like, what is your DNA?
And I think that like you want to buy this for yourself, but not only like these are great gifts.
Yeah, fantastic.
Totally. Like
this
I'm saying, is what you get your married friend because it's not a shirt from Etsy with the ring finger. Right. She'll have this and wear it forever.
Right.
It's like my favorite bed tie. I wear that in my apartment. Like I don't wash it and then I wash it. You know what I mean? Like when it needs to be washed.
Yeah. That's your favorite?
That's my favorite. I think
I
it's
love
just
you were gonna say
like you have to have a sense of humor if you're a bride. Like everything can't be serious. And like honestly, like you can be whatever, but you will have a bridezilla moment, I find. At least once. Yeah. Whatever that is when you freak out.
Everyone does.
Okay. And that's the tea.
Everybody does.
They're like, you need a momzilla and a whatever.
Oh my God.
Mother-in-lawzilla. I don't know.
That is fun.
Will you ever venture to maybe when you have your own kids, are you going to venture into children's?
I don't know because I feel like it kind of goes with what. Yeah, well, I was already married and I started bride merch, so I don't know. Like I'm designing kids at Gap, and I think it's so freaking cute. It's like adorable how mini everything is. So I won't never say never. Like maybe another brand if I started something, but
that would be really cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna play a little game of love or war.
Oh my God, I like this.
we're gonna liven it up a little bit.
I know you haven't gotten to drink yours at all.
Yeah, I know. You drink yours.
thirsty.
Chug.
Yeah, chug
I
that.
know it's hot in here.
It's a cocktail hour for a reason, ladies.
Yeah.
You just said you were craving Aperol Spritz.
No, I am. I'm saying my back. It's like when I reach, it's still back pain season.
I'll just numb it away.
Yeah.
Do you want me to rub it?
No.
While you sit here.
That's so frustrating. Being in pain is the worst.
Okay. So we're gonna play a game of Lover War. You have your Lover War cards.
Oh my God, cute.
Do you know how this works?
No.
Lover War is a game where we're gonna give you a scenario, and you flash your love card if you're like, you know what, I can stand it, and you flash your war card if you're like, just honestly ick, like absolutely not.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm
good.
Okay. Do you need a sip first?
Sure.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You're looking
I'm
good.
like a shaky person, so like I feel like
No, I'm a
like,
shaky.
It's like I'm getting my nails done and my hand is just shaking, and my nail lady's like, my girl, she's the best. She's in New York City, obviously. Art nail. We know we love art nail.
I know. I was
It looks so good.
They do amazing stuff. I can
Show
never
the
decide.
camera.
I can
Yeah,
never
show the
decide.
camera if you're
Oh my God,
watching.
my shaky hands.
Art nail.
I don't even know
NYC.
how I sew because
Yeah, your nails always look fantastic. So I think if you take one thing from this episode and you live in NYC,
go
to Jenna's art
I'm about to
lady,
go.
art nail.
Tania at Art Nail.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so our first Lover War. His style is trash. Nikki wrote this one.
No. The audience submitted this one, which is so ironic.
Okay.
Because it's for you, but they didn't know it was for you, but it's
Okay,
about
yeah.
style.
Okay. His style is trash. I'm talking high top. What are etnies?
I don't know, like those shoes.
Do you know what they are? ETNIES.
I think they're like a pair of weird shoes, like from the 90s.
So
Oh, I know what they are.
Oh,
You do?
thank
Yeah, I
God.
do.
I was going to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
we're really
It's-
old
it's-
and we're going to have to cut
No,
this
I'm
out.
pretty sure they're almost like a dress shoe, but they have that like
Oh.
you know, the little
Maybe I'm picturing
like
like
the slipper.
K-Swiss.
Good
I'm
God.
gonna Google them while
We're going to have to
I could
please
be
do.
wrong. I might
Okay.
be wrong.
So his style is trash. She's talking cargo shorts and a dress shirt. Lover War.
I mean, my husband dresses like that.
Oh my God,
Like
please.
I cannot. Not, he just like sometimes the shoes. Like he'll wear Allbirds, and I'm like,
These are
"Dog."
Ennies. Remember from?
Oh wait, no. Oh, I was totally wrong.
no.
Oh no, that okay. He doesn't dress like that.
No, please.
That's
He does
like
not dress
that's
like
like
that.
Disney World's. Like if you're wearing it to go to like a theme park, like
Yeah.
that's war.
Etnies, yeah, that's like really
Sorry.
bad.
Thank you for googling.
No,
Yeah,
but I
thank
think
you
like,
so
those are kind
much.
of cool shoes.
since you're very stylish, you would
Wow, you
you would
guys.
say love because your husband's not.
No.
no.
Oh,
He
doesn't wear that.
He would
I lied.
never.
No.
I mean,
sorry.
it would just be hard to look someone in the eye if they were wearing that.
I wouldn't I don't let him walk out of the house if he's looking a certain way. Like I hate
Admit
wrinkles. I'm like, but now he knows
Then you
I taught
probably
him how to
hate
steam.
Can you give
pants
us a
today.
tip?
Yeah.
What is his nicest way to tell your husband to change? Or the most effective? It doesn't have to be nice. What is the most
I
effective
guess
way to
it's
tell him
not
to change?
usually
Yeah.
nice. I'm just like
You look like a slob.
I think I've trained him at
Yeah.
this point.
Is it a look?
It's a look, or I'm like, no. Or
Yeah.
like, and then he's like, he just knows what shirt I'm going to tell him to wear anyway. So I'm like, why don't you just put it on? Like, we could
Yeah.
save this
Like,
conversation.
you know which one I like. That's I know exactly.
Like, we got to coordinate a little bit, or something
I
has to
love
be
that.
like, you know.
Yeah.
To give him a look
We've
and
been
just to say
together
we could
a
have saved
while.
this conversation
Yeah.
is
We
actually
would actually be
iconic.
on time. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? We could have saved this conversation.
I've somehow gotten it to where like I have to approve like Mike's wardrobe.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Like before an item even enters the household, I've already approved.
That's easy. That makes it
so
easy.
easy. Yeah,
Smart.
I like that.
Oh, the next one. He clips his toenails in the living room. This was also an audience
Oh my
one.
God.
This is a war, but I'm sorry, Dougie. He does that. Well, it's like, but
John
not.
does
But
it too, and it's.
Mike does not.
is it because he has brothers? Like, is it a boy
I
thing?
think it's a boy thing because he has done it sitting next to my mom.
He's
I'm
comfortable.
so sorry, John. I'm like
no, I love John for
like
that.
the world just stops. I
Yeah.
mean, this is foul.
Oh my
and then
God,
my
it's so
mom is
funny.
like,
What does she do?
Ew.
John.
I'm gonna throw up. To
No,
the
like,
thought of,
it's-
toast.
And he's like, what? I'm
But
like,
Doug has
seriously?
the softest feet. It's so weird. Like, what is it with boys and soft feet?
John's
It's not
hygiene
fair.
is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just like, maybe I don't want to see that.
Right.
No,
I'm with you.
like that's something that belongs in the bathroom.
No,
Let's
it
just
is
keep it
war.
there.
If I could change something, it would really be that. Like, but he has perfectly manicured toes and fingers all the time. Like, it's almost narcissistic.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost concerning.
John's hand. Yeah, he does have.
He has nice, he has nice hands. It's very weird.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't ever see Mike even clip his toenails, so I'm wondering if he does.
mystery.
What a blessing.
I'm
He
wondering.
must.
I need to like look at his toes.
He's having like a spa day.
Long they are.
Like, what if they're just like long as fuck? Ew. Okay.
No, you would know. Like, you would know if they're long.
So sorry.
Toes are weird. I don't know.
I like cutting people with their toes.
Yeah, like scratching. I think
it's such a war. Like, I think it takes a solid few hours to recover from that ick. Like,
I'm like, at least vacuum it up or do something. Like, how are you going to get them all? Like, I don't even know.
I would, if the vacuum is not out after that, we're done.
Yeah.
I have one of the things that catch it. We have one of those.
Oh.
It catches the nails in the clipper.
wait, so you just like set your feet in it?
No, the nail goes into the clipper once it like there's a little
like a trash basin in the nail clipper.
God.
However, I have this
Somebody
sick
link
thing
this.
where I think it's like kind of satisfying to see the nails being the nail that comes off when it's myself, not anybody else.
Right, like a good
So I kind of want to see the clippage, the clip.
you're like, damn it.
That gives me gag reflex. Situations,
disgusting.
problems.
Okay.
Wow, that one's definitely war, but I'm happy to know that it's a war, but it still happens.
It's a war for multiple people.
Yeah.
Oh, the next one's boring. We'll skip it because we already know that it was you want to quit your corporate job to pursue your dream job, but he's not supportive.
That would be hard if he wasn't supportive, because then I don't know what I guess I would say like try to do both at the same time, because like you're not just going to quit to start something
From scratch.
that's hard.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about this. So like if you were dating, if you had to go back and look at dating Doug, obviously at the time you didn't know that you were going to like start bride merch, etc. But like what are the green flags that you would say to look for in a partner to like honestly say like in the future if I want to do something, like he's going to be supportive?
I think
Did he always treat your career like equally as important?
I mean, he was always
as
like,
yours?
you're so creative. I think because he's like finance, I'm fashion. Like, that's why we work together, because we're not doing the same thing. And he was like, always just so supportive of me taking extra classes at FIT, because there was like, I actually did a wedding class like when we first met. I wanted to do some bridal stuff then, and he was supportive of that. And so like I think when we first met, I was like, oh, he gets it.
That's actually so important, because I've encountered people throughout life in college and stuff who were in these quote typical harder majors like accounting or med school and stuff, who can kind of, because their school is hard, their schooling is hard, they can kind of take this like entitled stance where if you're graphic design, they look down on that and they're like, that's easy. They don't just take it seriously. So the fact that you found somebody who's in finance, definitely one could argue his job's very hard, who still appreciates your art and your craft, is rare, because
also encouraged it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I'm taking from this. Is it like when you were dating, engaged, married, whatever it was, like if you had any desire to like take something to the next level or do something on the side or just learn something else, he was always like, that sounds interesting. Yeah. You should do that. That sounds fun.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be hard.
Green flag that you probably saw in him too is like he's probably driven, motivated, had a good job already. So like, not that you were ever planning on like ditching your job and just fully relying on him, which some spouses do. But that's probably a nice thing. Like you probably saw that. So you were like, if I ever do want to take a risk, I can, because you're really solid.
Yeah. And I don't know, even with kids, like I want to work, and I knew that just because but that's just me. Like I probably, I don't know. I think it's hard to do it all. But I would want to go back to work, and I mean, if I own my own business, I'm gonna have to work.
Well, another thing is like you do a good job at doing it all on your own terms, but I guess you did find somebody that didn't expect you to do it all, like from the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't really even know. I don't know what I would do if he didn't support me. Actually, like that would be hard, because like I feel fulfilled designing and like as my career, like having this brand as like my job, and I wake up every day like really excited, like nervous on a lot of things. I really don't know what I'm doing 90% of the time when it comes to like business. Like designing is one thing, but like it's literally all the other things. And so, you know, I don't know what I would do. It would be a turnoff for sure.
Right.
You can't do it all. And I don't know, like you have to, if you need help, like you got to like invest in that help, because time is money, and like there's only so many hours in the day. So like
you say that a lot.
If you need a cleaning lady, whatever it is, I wish I could have a cleaning lady all the time. Like I was thinking about that.
That brings me to a question I know we wanted to ask. obviously it's expensive to live in the city, especially when you want to get more space and have kids and everything. What's your like future? Do you think you'll live in the city forever? Do you think you'll move to the burbs? Anything like that? I know it's
The burbs could be cool, but I would like totally have a studio. I'd love to work in the city still, like, and make that commute not hard. I don't know how many kids we'll have, but if we could like make it work, I would live in the city. It'd be so cool to have like city kids.
Jenna and I are the same person.
Yeah, we're like we're gonna stay here forever.
I'm like please don't.
And your husband's on the same page and everything.
I feel like he is. He loves a house. Like he grew up in Massachusetts.
Husbands want a house.
He
I
loves
know.
like our parents.
They should just move into a house together and forget about us.
like so.
Like, honestly, you're onto something.
Like, do you know what? Maybe just leave us alone.
Husbands always want a house. I talk
Always.
to so many couples and they're like, yeah, he wants to move, but
I'll
I'm not
see you on
ready.
the weekends. Go out, cut your lawn, grill your steak.
Right, they want to grill.
They
oh my
wanna-
God.
yeah.
They want to golf. That's what I feel bad because it's
Oh,
just
they
so
wanna
hard
golf,
to get out
yeah.
of
Don't
the
even
city to
get me
golf.
I can't
There needs to be
even-
like a train to go straight to a golf course so they can just
There needs
stop.
to be like Central Park needs to just be turned into a golf course.
That would be
for
cool.
For
It would
men.
save all the 90% of the women
Right.
in Manhattan's boroughs would thank them.
I'm
Yeah,
done with golf.
Yeah.
Central Park would get a donation from me for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the idea of a house. I want to design a house. Like, I just want to paint my own friggin' apartment
Yeah.
walls. Like, I'm just ready for that.
I do that anyways.
But yeah,
frowned
I know I
upon.
should just do it.
I'm currently painting my fireplace. I didn't say that.
Love it.
Yeah. Okay. We have some more lover war. Lover war. He won't take cute pics of you on vacation. Puts up a fuss about it.
Oh, that's war. I mean, like,
Yeah.
taking an actual good photo is like the other war because I can't get him to get a good photo.
Right.
They're-
But he's
so-
trying.
They're
He's
too
trying.
fixated on golf to learn the good angles. No, but I'm saying like, yeah, like if I know some men that are like, no, come on, I'm done with photos, like just so done.
That's so annoying.
It's so whether you're an influencer or not.
Yeah.
I think like let your wife, let your girlfriend take a photo and suck it up.
I was just going to say, suck it up.
Also,
Like, just take a million pictures.
Yes,
One of them's going
But
to be
just
good.
because you're done, I'm going to curse. I'm so sorry. Doesn't mean you have to be a whiny little bitch about it. Like, literally, there are so many ways to kindly tell somebody
Right.
that you hit your
we got the
limit.
shot. We got the shot.
And I know I know I'm always like whining about optics on here, but like if you're in a group of people and your partner is the one that gets grumpy or whiny or just shuts down or puts on a fit or just has an outburst because they're done being in a photo or taking a photo, please know, and I'm telling you this, you can send this to your husband. All of her friends are looking at you like,
paying
And they're gonna
attention.
talk shit after.
yeah, they're all talking shit about you after because you're
that
a
guy.
grown man.
yeah.
It's so easy. You're allowed to be done with photos, but it's just so easy to say, "Hey, babe,
I'm
like I might need a break after this one. Hey, babe, like." Wow, I think I really need a drink. Like,
Right.
let's go get one. Like, hey, babe, I'm sure one of them is good. And if it's not, do you mind if we get more later?
Yeah.
Be literally a civilian.
Or
If somebody did that, I'd be like, oh, no, you're not. Take more. Like, I would just like deflect. Like, because
Mike's classic move is when he's done, he'll literally be like, "Oh, why don't you get Carly to take the photos now? Like,
Yeah,
she's so much better at it."
Yes.
And I'm like,
that's
okay,
good.
you're
I
just,
think that's nice.
Yeah.
That's
And
nice.
we all have
He knows he's not
outbursts.
great.
Yeah.
Or,
Like,
but he is
yeah.
good.
Like we all have outbursts sometimes when I get tired and hungry and hot. And I have plenty of outbursts. We were watching the Olympics. There's this one girl that my sister used to play that was in Wimbledon. Casual.
Oh my God.
And she was like in the quarterfinals and she lost. And they were like, "Oh, do you think Emma?" Like someone said, "Does Emma look like she's gonna cry?" And I said, "I would want to cry. It's literally so hot. She's probably so tired. She's so hungry. She's so thirsty, and she's frustrated. Like that is a perfect. We all have outbursts, and she didn't obviously have an outburst on like national television, but like you're allowed to have an outburst. But like honestly, just look back and be like, I expect for you to catch yourself. Like if I'm like,
Yeah, like, don't embarrass me.
yeah, like if I'm like that was like, don't embarrass me.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, please don't.
embarrass
Oh, yeah,
me.
please don't. Oh, I'm too old for this shit. Okay. Please. Oh,
please,
don't
please.
prove me wrong or something.
Don't
Whatever.
embarrass me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was,
I just think like moral of the story is like pick your battles and
Totally.
men battling a woman for wanting a couple Instagram photos on vacation is not worth it.
It's
Like,
not
let
cute
her.
either.
And like be a hype man with it. Be like, you look so hot right now.
It's so toxic masculinity, though, is that they think that they're getting brownie points from other guys because they like put their foot down with their girl.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? You're like, that's not cute. We don't think it's cute. Here in the land of relationships that are successful and healthy,
Right.
we're not looking at that like, and the other guys aren't looking like it like, when I'm going to do that too next time.
True
like,
growth
we're not vibing.
is when they're proud to take photos of you or with you in front of their friends.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
true.
that.
Do you know what John told me one time? He was like, you always tell me when I get a bad photo, but you never tell me when I get a good photo.
Oh, John just wants to be a little baby girl.
Yeah. He was like, if you told me when I got a good photo, I
But
feel
John is
so
an amazing
excited.
photographer. Like,
So I said-
so you just tell him, but you are most
He
like,
said this like 3 years ago. And I
Yeah,
was like,
actually, I feel like it is.
he
Yeah.
does a good job. So now whenever we get the photo, I'm like, oh my God, these are so good. Like if we get it really quickly, and I literally will see it fuel him and he'll be excited for the next round of photos because he feels proud of himself. He feels like he's doing a good job.
I love it.
He
Yeah,
feels like he's
motivation.
nailing it down.
Yeah.
He also said, which is a good point, when you tell me what I do right, I remember it significantly
Well-
more than what I do wrong.
So Mike takes a pointer and uses it for every photo, though. Like,
Yeah.
for example, when you know
Know
how
that.
when you're getting like a landscape photo, like pretty view in the background, you want the subject, the person in it, a little off center. Like that's common sense for gals like us, right?
right.
So I told Mike that. I was like, don't get me centered, like off center. And then he took that and used it for every single. So like
When you want it to be
photos
in the
that
middle.
don't make sense, like there's a big trash can in the background. I'm like, but he's like, but you want yourself off center, and I'm like, no, not for that,
Yeah.
not for this one. Common sense, honey.
Come.
Like it's common sense.
We need like, you guys should like do a class and charge and just like
It's a really good idea.
teach
For men.
husbands and
That's a
boyfriends.
really-
Yeah. I love
Okay,
that.
and let's go like this, high up.
Yeah, high
yeah,
is
the
good.
high.
God.
Right? Is high good or straight? I don't even know.
You just
You
want
show me.
straight.
Yeah.
Straight.
You just
I'm the
want
worst.
as the most beginner tip for taking a photo of anybody, your child. Please don't get me started on. I will see. I know the cutest babies, and then I'll see the photos that their parents take of them. And John and I have looked at each other before and been like, "Why did you have to do your child so dirty like that?
Right. Like
Yeah.
don't be like
your
that.
child is so much cuter. Like
Right.
the
Just don't
easiest
post
tip,
it.
right? The easiest tip to ever remember is just make it straight. Everything needs to
that
be
should be
straight
easy.
and even
Not
and level.
Low, not high, straight.
I would
Straight
pay.
everywhere.
I would
Straight
pay.
in the middle.
Yeah, me too.
Straight this way. Straight, no tilt down, no tilt up. Straight
The
on.
tilting. I can't with
I
the
mean,
tilt.
any tilt, like that's creative licensing, and it's not for beginners. Like straight.
Zoom
straight
in
on.
if you have to.
Yeah.
I'm a big zoomer. You taught me the zoom.
Yeah, the zoom is nice, but you have to communicate when the zoom is necessary. Because
Yes.
I told John to zoom once. I'm so sorry, I'm going on a tangent.
My ice is melting. It's so
I know
hot.
mine melted faster than all of you, and I don't know.
A sauna.
I told John to zoom once, and I didn't realize this. I started trusting him without reviewing the photos. The entire time that we were on this family vacation in France, when we went to visit my sister and go to Taylor Swift,
Oh, the
I went to look at the photos at the end of the trip, and there were like 2 pictures each time that was actually me, and all the others were on 5X.
No.
I'm talking the zoom that you can't even see all of my face in the picture.
Oh my god. Wait.
Like it was,
He wasn't seeing how far he was zooming.
it was
That's
so
him taking
zoomed.
a pointer, but too literally.
No,
Come on,
and I
John.
think he thought detail shots, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
He's thinking of your carousel.
yeah.
I was like, what am I to do with this picture of my left boob?
You like you
What
girl
am I
bossed.
supposed to do with this?
You girl bossed too close to the sun with the training because they'll take it too literally.
No, I girl boss too close with the trusting. Like I didn't
Yeah.
think I had to go look at any of the photos until it was done, and
That is
I was like,
funny.
what is this?
No.
You gotta give him that
You
real
gotta
camera.
train them. That's really
Yeah,
funny.
it's true. Also, I have a fun thing for you guys to try.
What?
You guys can feel free to try the show.
Okay.
And John is going to hate me so much. There's a particular photo of John that I have that is so giggly. My whole family thinks this photo is funny. John hates it. He's tried to delete it multiple times. So we went and got the photo printed out.
Oh my god, you went and put it in the Walmart or
I want to put it in the frames.
in the frames.
I want
at
to. We're
Target
going to do
or
that.
wherever.
We're going to
Yeah,
go put it in
I've
the
seen
frames
that.
and take
And
them
frame
to a
it
store.
where?
No, so we did it on a 16 by 20, and then we taped it over a photo of my grandfather on our family album wall in my
What?
house.
Oh.
And we were like, we'll just see
when
like,
he notices.
If he notices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, and he just sat like I mean, we have a video of it and it took him like literally 15 minutes and he like fell to the ground laughing and was like, I hate you guys so much. But if you want to prank your significant other, have your parents or siblings print out the photos, like the funniest photos.
But I love it.
It's diabolical. I mean, we prank dirty. Yeah. So just in case you're going to say this is mean, please go at it. It's nothing haven't heard before. I don't prank clean. We prank very dirty.
Yeah. This is one of those pranks where like if I did it to Mike, it'd be funny. But then if he did it to me, I'd be like, you're an asshole.
Well, you have to do it to him first. Yeah. Like, if he did it to you first, like, that's so rude. So, anyways, you print out a bunch of them and you just paste it everywhere in all the photos in the store around the house. And so when he goes to your parents' house next time or he goes anywhere, he goes into the store, like, all the photos are there. And I would love to see people do this and just, like, make videos of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start a TikTok trend.
Yeah, there you go.
The face of a guy realizing that A, you pulled this off. B, it's just so diabolical.
I have to see this photo.
And C, it's just so unexpected. Like, it'll just brighten your day. So that's my 2 cents.
I'm a little tipsy.
Oh.
I didn't drink fast enough.
Yeah.
I was nervous, so I'm feeling better now.
Okay, well, let's do a final cheers.
Yeah.
Oh,
this finish.
Flew. Yeah.
Oh
this flew.
Wait, any other
cheers?
Wait, what's next for you, Jenna?
We want to know what's next for you, where we can find you, where you're sold.
Yeah.
Oh. What's
but
next
you can
for
take
me?
a big fat sip first.
I'm supposed to sip. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We're like, sip, and then we like fire
It's questions. The ice. It's hard. It was hard to drink with the ice. Now it's easier. What's next for me? I am launching a new collection in October. So I launch like usually twice a year because of like the bridal calendar and stuff like that. And so just, trying to sell more stuff on my direct to consumer. So I really love my website and moving maybe to like a warehouse so that I have somebody helping me ship things. And I really want to focus on my social media and all that because just getting bride merch out there for the masses.
Plug it, that handle, that website.
We need your socials. We need where you're sold at. We need your website.
Totally. So my website is shopbridemerch.com.
Okay.
And my Instagram and TikTok is bridemerch. So it's one word, actually. I will say it's the brand isn't bride merch. It's bride merch. So it's one word.
Yeah.
I made it up.
Wait, the way you even just said it, it was like 2 words and then one.
Yeah, just bride merch.
It's bride merch.
The way that I had the logo and like things changed. So my logo was different when I started and like I like this just
one could mistake it for Brie de Merche.
Yes, I went French also. Yeah, it's and this little BM logo. So
the BM logo. Cute. And so you're also sold.
So I have about 15 stores like across the U.S. So I'm at like different bridal salons. My first, like one of my first in New York was Kleinfeld's. So you can go to Kleinfeld's on the lower level and shop. They have a lot of my pieces of the collection, and they are easy access for New Yorkers and just people obviously coming from out of state to try on. And even if you don't try on dresses at Kleinfeld's, you can go shop at their store. So you can go in and go downstairs and shop all their accessories and other, they have robes and all that other fun stuff. So other brands. And then, I'm trying to, distribute to more bridal salons and then direct to consumer and Anthropology.
Yeah, Anthropology.
I'm actually in some stores. We should go.
Yay!
I haven't seen my hat in store in person because I've been so crazy busy this summer.
Well, I love to film you with these things.
You're my...
So I will be there.
Yeah, Caroline's always there. She came with me the first time we did a drop at Kleinfeld's, and I was so nervous. And like we literally like hand carried things there because it's so close.
Yeah.
And you've been such an amazing support in this business.
No, it's
and just,
so incredible.
It's really fun.
And you are good at like getting the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, she's
I make her
you should do the class. I'll go. But like
I'm just so proud of her.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is awesome.
It's exhilarating.
I mean, I'm getting this for the next person that gets married.
I love this one. The Here Comes the Bride.
Yeah, the Here Comes the Bride. All in
I love that too. I like the whatever this is called. I like how
the puff. It's like a puff print.
I like how it's not
there's
like
texture
print. Nothing against that, but
the difference between merch and design.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on today. This is so fun. You popped my podcast cherry. I've never been on a podcast before. Yeah.
Oh, welcome. You were wonderful. You were natural.
Yeah, you were incredible. Thank you for being our first Ladies Who Lunch guest.
Should we actually go do lunch now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
most likely.
Dinner.
Woo! Okay, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We hope that you love this episode. You can follow us at Honey We're Home Podcast on Instagram or honeywe'rehomepodcast@gmail.com. We love to hear your stories. We talk about them in our mailbag episodes. Until next week, I'm Caroline Crawford Patterson.
I'm Nicole. Pellegrino. Bye guys.
Bye.